Hello, thank you for joining us, SushiTech Tokyo 2026 today. Now, we will begin the session on truly effective AI replaces the need for human workers. Now, I introduce our speakers. Anosa AI, Aska Kuwabara, Women in Tech Japan, Isa Yamada. Hello Clever, Kaido Chiwata. Shibuya Startups KK, Shiho Watabe. One Drops, Ryo Murashige. Okay, everyone, please welcome our speakers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SushiTech Tokyo 2026. My name is Isa Yamada from Women in Tech, and I am honored to moderate today's Oxford-style debate. Our organization is on a mission to empower 5 million women and girls in STEM by 2030. Without further delay, let's dive right in. So today's motion is truly effective AI replaces the need for human workers. AI has quickly grown from doing simple automated tasks to handling more complex work like medical diagnosis, legal analysis, and even creative projects. As AI becomes more powerful and more affordable, an important question comes up. Will AI replace human workers, or will it redefine how humans work? Some people believe AI will become faster and more accurate than humans, which could lead to many jobs being replaced. And others believe humans have unique strengths, like creativity, empathy, and judgment. And that AI will help people, not replace them. This is not just a theoretical debate. This question will shape the future of work and society. It's especially relevant here at SushiTech Tokyo, where we are exploring how humans and AI can work together to build a better future. Before we begin, let me briefly explain the Oxford-style debate format. So this goal of an Oxford-style debate is not simply to win, but to expand our thinking and explore different perspectives. We encourage both speakers and audience members to stay open to new ideas and consider viewpoints they may not usually agree with. Today, Aska and Kaido will speak on the against side, and Shiho and Leo will speak on the for side. So as you can see on the board, like which company they belong in, you may also notice that for today's discussion, we've intentionally asked each speaker to take the position that is different from their usual professional roles. This helps create a more balanced discussion and encourage logical, thoughtful debate rather than emotional or personal debate. We wouldn't want that. You gotta keep calm, okay? So let me introduce to our speakers today, Shiho Watabe, Chairperson Shibuya Startups. If you're building in Shibuya, Shiho-san would be the one talking to. Leo Murashige, CEO of One Drops. Leo-san turns global strategy into a real-world result. And Aska Kuwabara, founder of Anosa AI. Aska-san is an AI expert creating next-gen toys for kids. You can see that there. You can check later over there so that what was the name? Choco-chan can talk to you guys as well. And Kaido Chiwata, Japan Country Manager and Global Expansion Lead from Hello Clever. Kaido is helping Hello Clever shaping the future of AI-powered payments. Thank you all for joining us today. All right, let's begin. Are you ready? Okay. So each speaker will now have 3 minutes for opening remarks. We will begin this with speakers supporting the motion. All right, Shiho-san, please begin. Ready?
All right. Hi, thank you for having me here today. I want to argue for the structural necessity of labor replacement, if not displacement. We have moved beyond the AI as a helper. We're entering the era where AI completes tasks. It is just a matter of time. The short-term impact is already significant, although it is still early days. Here are the stats. The World Economic Forum, they estimate that by 2030, 92 million jobs will be displaced by AI. According to Goldman Sachs today, AI could automate 18% of global work, with administrative and support sectors seeing up to 70% task vanish. Nearly 50% of executives now see AI as primary tool for cost cutting, up from just 1/3 2 years ago. So what will happen long term, like 100 years or even 1,000 years from now? The short-term effect we just discussed is merely the first wave. This compounded efficiency by AI will make human labor inefficient. And frankly, no government or no corporate will pay for it. I also want to highlight AI will replace all types of jobs, not just white collars, but blue collars as well. Pew Research Center data says that workers with higher degrees and higher pay are actually the most likely to be replaced today. But AI is entering the industry of blue-collar workers too. For instance, looking at logistics and warehousing. Gartner reports that by 2026, smart robot adoption in warehouse environments will increase by 50%. Companies like Amazon have transformed from human pickers to autonomous mobile robots that can sort and move goods 24/7 with zero marginal labor cost. Another example is agriculture. AI-driven tractors and automated harvesters are replacing seasonal manual labor by using computer vision to identify and treat individual plants. In conclusion, growing AI is commoditizing intellectual and physical execution. This is not a choice. It is an economic inevitability driven by capital efficiency. It is a matter of time, and AI will eventually eliminate the needs for human labor.
All right, thank you very much. Leo-san, your opening remarks, please.
Okay, thank you for having me. So AI is not just replacing our work, but the point is that AI is replacing our effort, ability to make an effort. So while AI is rapidly advancing, without human making effort, the company and the human are the one who are going to replace human being with AIs. So what is the history of technology? In the history, technology has always been replacing humans' functions. For example, car has replaced our part of the capability of the physical, and also computer has replaced our memory. Now the AI is replacing our thinking ability. So thinking is what makes us human. So that's the point. And the speed, human, we learn things, but it takes some time. It's slow, and we have a limited time in life. But AI does not die. It doesn't forget, and it can share their memories, each other's. This is way bigger than what we can do as a human being. And also, negative cycle that we see is that, for example, AI is so convenient that we're gonna rely on AI. But the more we rely on AI, then the less we spend our time to develop our capability. So then the less capable we become, then the more we depend on AI. So this is the probably the serious, scary part of the AI impact. Then, in fact, most of the companies they prioritize people by what they say, but it's not the main purpose, unfortunately. So their main purpose is to obviously to create the sales and revenue. So if they see the cheaper labor that does better work, so what is the point of spending more cost on labor? So I would imagine that the company, but in fact the human in the company would think of the measure to replace human with AI. In fact, also, we see the latest new technology in the battlefield, in the military, but then even in the military, we see the significant shift in decisions, strategy, also operations, shifting from human to AI. So finally, the point is that AI is not only replacing human, but AI is replacing our ability to make an effort that will make human to replace human with AI. So, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's move on to speakers opposing the motion. Aska, please begin.
AI will not replace humans. It is replacing tasks. I will make it clear. I work with SME leaders and executives to make decisions on how they reshape the way that organizations are functioning today using AI, but it does not mean that people are being replaced one-to-one. There are 3 traits of humans that will never be replaced by AI, and I give you those 3 points. First is building trust. You go see a doctor who would know about your symptoms and give you medicines, not necessarily because he or she knows everything about medical information, but because you trust that doctor to make the best decisions for your health. Same thing for professionals in financial systems, any professions that you see. You trust that person enough that you are willing to pay for your service that you're receiving. And yes, there will be more and more tasks to be delegated to AI, but the trust that you would have in decision making will always be based on the person that you're interacting with. Second point is dealing with ambiguity. When the AI is built on a lot of data that happened in the past, that are our brain digitalized and an AI learned algorithm to figure out what would be the best way to generate an answer to. But when there are things that are high stake and are ambiguous and probably have never happened before, AI will be confused. AI still hallucinates a lot, even though the hallucination rate has improved over time, and it will continue to be better at things. But when things are very rare, when you're trying to figure it out for the future, AI is not the best at figuring it out. A human with real experience, real understanding of the situation, real understanding of the context itself can perform better than AI. And the third point, the most important, is responsibility. AI is replacing sales calls or marketing tactics, meeting minutes generations, but there should always be a human who would stand behind the technology to say, yes, I validate that the result is good enough to put it out there. You cannot take responsibilities as an AI for an action that is made by AI. So human will be in the place to own those responsibilities, and that's not something that AI will ever replace. Thank you very much.
All right, Kaido, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Hi, I'm Kaido from Hello Clever. I would like to explain about how AI wouldn't fully replace human in a more financial perspective. So first of all, I totally agree that AI can optimize processes. In the fintech world or the payments world, it's been used a lot for like automating compliance reviews, fraud detection. Like there's a lot of ways to use it. But actually, the world of fintech relies heavily on accountability, and I think it's a world that that matters a lot. So, for example, banks, payment institutions, financial operators like us, Hello Clever, assume legal responsibility, and there's a lot of managing counterparty risks, and maintaining regulatory relationship matters a lot. And these kind of things, I believe, if AI can fully replace, first of all, I think the concept of countries, human, like all those things wouldn't matter anymore, right? It's something like if that can be replaced, I think our existence would be questioned as well. So, moreover, I think financial infrastructures depends a lot on institutional trust, cross-border regulatory coordination. Regulations are very complicated. I think regulations wouldn't even exist if AI can fully replace it because every rules can be like learned and no decisions to be made. Like those kind of things are further relying on like small matters or small, I guess, nuances that only people can understand well, I believe. Yep. So in short, I think AI will reshape fintech or financial world, but it wouldn't fully replace. And I guess that's my conclusion. Thank you.
You have one more minute. You okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. So next we move on to the rebuttal round. The pro team, Leo and Shiho, argued that AI replaces the human brain, improves endlessly, and cuts costs, win all competitions, and has no natural limits. And as for the con team, Kaido and Aska argued that AI can enhance technology like fintech, but it cannot replace the human foundations of trust, accountability, the judgment in managing risks, and responsibility. And I think we all really do understand both perspectives. All right, each speaker will have now 2 minutes to respond to the opposing side. Let's get back to Shiho-san. We have 2 minutes. Are you ready? Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. AI will not replace the need for human workers. So when you look at the title of the session, it says truly effective AI replaces the need for human workers. And everything that you've talked about is not a need. I think it's a nice to have. And a generation ago, 60% of the job that we see now didn't exist. So all the things that you mentioned, nice to have people who will be responsible for the work that AI does. For instance, your point. I think there is a new job creation for humans, but it's not going to be like a need for human workers. So I don't agree. And I feel like a lot of work that we do, most of the work, blue collar, white collar, could be replaced by AI. Like eventually, when you look at the title again, it doesn't specify the time frame, and it is just a matter of time. So, yes.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to Ryo-san.
Okay, yeah, I think trust, responsibility, accountability, I think those are interesting points. Then I understand that you guys want to have that, and I believe that is important. But I think some points are missing. For example, I think as a customer, for example, a patient, seeing a doctor, what are we looking for? Are we trusting a person as an individual or as a friend? We are there to trust their capability, ability. So what if AI, have a way higher ability to provide a better services, better solutions? Then which option are you going for? Are you going for a friend who doesn't have the best capability? Or you're going to choose the option of AI that's going to provide a better service or solutions to help you better. So that's number one. And another point is that the trust in the corporate, I think that's also important. But the point here is how many people is needed in a corporate to make sure that the customers are receiving trusted services. That's something that the company need to have the same number of employees to provide the same level of trust. So the point is probably the way smaller number of people are leveraging AI to probably create better or even higher trust. I think that's the point that I found, Mr. Otto. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asuka-san, let's begin.
They both mentioned very convincing talks that I don't know how to argue, but no, let me try. So I completely agree that there will be more and more roles being eliminated because those roles used to do the task that AI is very good at. And probably only the management layer who would be able to make the decisions when something goes wrong or when the stakes are high will continue. So in theory, yes, we need less people to manage the same thing that's happening right now. But remember when typewriter was introduced, a lot of people had to shift the way that they worked. When computer was introduced, we changed the way that we work. A lot of jobs became, useless. So they had to find a way to be creative and come up with the different ways to make money, do the business. We just reshape the way that we work. And AI is not going to ban that for us to be humans. We will not going to be just sit and wait, AI is replacing humans and do nothing, right? We are trying to evolve with this change that's happening. And that is what we are the best at, this creativity, this figuring things out as things change. That's not something that AI can stop us. And that's why I do not believe that AI will replace human workplace. It will just shift the way that we work. That's it.
Thank you. All right, Kaido.
Yes, thank you for your convincing opinions. I guess in my perspective, or in my acting perspective today, as far as people have desires, I think the human desire is infinity. Once AI replace some kind of work, there will be some headspaces that people would want to figure out something else. I believe as far as human being exists, you'll never be satisfied, and all the things I think AI would took over would be replaced to some kind of other job or like a way to consume time. That I think as far as people's desires continuously grows or is something infinity, I think even if a lot of the jobs are like day-to-day jobs or like things get replaced by AI, people will continuously search for other things to fulfill themselves. So I believe as far as a human being exists, there's no way that AI will fully replace all the activities human being will be doing. And it's a scary fact. If AI is perfect, I would say there will be no war, there will be no desire. Everything will be fully organized and fully fulfilled by whatever machine taking over this world. So I don't know if this is a happy opinion, but as far as human desire exists, I would say it won't be replaced.
Thank you very much. So as you can see, they were trying really hard because I was the one who did, well, not me, my colleague Rebecca. I was saying, so maybe Asuka-san and Kaido's in AI, so let's make them a pro team, and then Ryo-san and Shiho-san on the opposition team. And then Rebecca said, let's switch them. So I was like, okay, so it's not me. Rebecca did it. And we have some time, so I would like to ask some audience if they have any questions. But please remember that they might not be on the side that they want it to be, but they will try to answer your questions. as if they are on this team. Does anybody have a question?
Thank you for your very interesting discussion so far. Being in Japan right now, I was wondering, it says truly effective AI. So that also talks about expectations, right? So what is expected out of the AI? How should it act? I've seen examples where an AI can be speaking, in English very effectively, but in Japanese would be considered to be rude, talking to a customer. How do you see those differences when it comes to Japan adopting AI versus AI being adopted in other countries when it comes to expectations around being effective?
Which team should we ask?
Sure. So again, I will speak as part of the proposition team. Even those cultural differences, there are differences, cultural nuances, humanness in AI. Those things are trainable by data. So if you talk about the need for human workers, I think human involvement, I think, will be a premium that you have to pay for. And most of us will use AI as companion therapists. All the things that you mentioned about doctors could be totally replaced by AI. And quite honestly, I think the opposition team has this assignment wrong. I don't think they understand this assignment at all. Like a need for human workers and truly effective AI in the future, like a time frame. We're not talking about now. We're not talking about I would like to see this in the future. I think it's an inevitability. So whether I like it or not, I think it's a matter of time. And I think it's more constructive to focus on the education system needs to be modified. And I think basic or universal high income, everyone gets like high income because of AI. And everyone can live more like humans because, quite honestly, right now we're working like AI right now. So it's our obligation to free ourselves, billions of people, from the work that we don't want to do.
Thank you for your question. I think you raised a great point. One thing interesting in Japan is everything is not reasonable, and especially like facing organizations or convincing people, it's heavily relying on trust and relationship base. And I think you raised a good point. So, for example, AIs, they don't make efforts. They just follow our directions and do whatever we ask. So, but when convincing someone, it's very important to kind of show the emotion, kind of show how much effort you put in to build that relationship with their counterparty. So in that sense, I would say AI would never be able to fully replace that, and especially in a country like Japan, it'll be something very difficult to fully, I would say, interpret. Yeah. Do you have anything else to add, Aska?
Yeah, so I have been working mainly with international players throughout my career. But I was born here and raised here, so I understand the difference between the Japanese culture context versus Western mainly. And AI, if you guide them, they would try to play the role of from different perspectives. Like if you ask the Japanese culture to be in the context, then it will try to mimic, but it is still a mimic. Most of the AI models that are out there currently are based on English data, written by English speakers, native speakers, mainly men, and heavily biased. And of course, Japan is trying to build the Japanese LLM to meet the needs of Japanese context, etc. And it will happen. In the future, probably every country will have its own data model, data set that speaks their own culture, their own language. So yes, AI can do a lot of things, that currently cannot be done. But to Shiho-san's point, I just want to highlight that you just mentioned that having a human is a premium, and a lot of things will be replaced by human. But you just made my point that there's not going to be a replacement for those humans who are going to be sitting at the top and making the final decisions and giving the accountability for the act of AI. So I was like, yes, she mentioned.
It's not a
I just wanted to say this.
No, you don't need. Look at the question.
To be fair, Leo-san, would you like to?
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure if I'm answering to the point, but by the way, I'm actually from the Defense Academy, so I know how Japanese culture works. Also worked in Europe and the US. So in Japan, probably so many things, something people from outside of Japan don't really understand why working like that. But then probably at this moment, it might not be so easy to have AI to answer everything logically. But what if AI understands psychology of Japanese people and then psychology of organization, also cultural reasoning behind. And then what if AI is able to translate everything into the universal language, then Japan might also lose the advantage of being not understood by people who are new to Japan. Then that might be a huge threat to Japanese organization or company. For example, like today we see a lot of people from international background. Then if you guys are here and then take advantage of how Japanese organization works or doesn't work, and then really use that knowledge, which even local Japanese don't understand why it's working like that. Then you guys with AI might be able to do something really strategically great, but also miserably dangerous for Japanese companies or Japanese market to do something for you, then which didn't happen in the past. So I think the cultural barrier might not be the strongest barrier to protect local people if AI advance and if someone utilize the AI in the next level. So I think that the human is becoming super weak for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the question. Pointing out the Japanese culture is really unique. We have a very unique culture. Today, as you noticed, we are all Japanese debating in English. I think we can have one or two more questions. Does anybody have a question?
All right, thank you all so much for all of your insights today. My question goes back to Shiho's point about time. The question doesn't specify time, so for the pro team, when do you think truly effective AI will replace the need for human workers? And for the opposing team, when do you think we won't have to question it anymore? When do you think we won't have to worry about AI replacing us? So that's my question. Thank you.
That's a very good question. I was just reading about Mythos by Anthropic, or what's the name of Vertex by Google that just came out yesterday. Hallucination is decreasing very quickly. And Mythos, well, they regulated it so that only certain players have access to it. But again, I would say we have control, to some extent, control over how fast we go. But then again, businesses, capitalism, we all live in the capitalistic society, especially in this bubble in sushi tech. And I think it's going to happen in a matter of like few years. As a proposition team, I would say that, few years.
Sorry, can you give me the question again? Sorry.
Thank you. When do you think AI will truly affect human workers, or replace human workers?
Yeah, as mentioned that in the, thank you for the question. So, but as mentioned in my initial points that I think when human forget or don't realize that we are spending less time in making efforts to be better person or or more capable, then that's the moment that the things will be changed. Because the AI is subconsciously taking ownership of a lot of actions, and then which also affect on the business, also the sense of responsibilities and capability that is needed or supposed to be needed by other people. But then, without realizing that we believe that we are making decisions, we are taking responsibilities based on the certain analysis, but a lot of things and more things are supported by AI. Then AI is developed by the way we put the input to AI. So AI is sort of manipulating that, to make us feel that as if we are doing something valuable. So, I think that's the moment AI is strongly affecting us.
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
Okay. From the opposition side, I would say we are already in good control of not being replaced by AI. The reason is because I think a lot of us do already understand what can be a risk of AI, and we are already starting to think about how to regulate it or how to set proper rules on properly using them. Now, well, first, by having any rule, I would say, human is already in control in a certain level. So I would say, I won't believe there will be any time that AI would replace everything in our world. Yep.
Hi, Skylar. Thanks for the question. I think this worry that we may all share today of the fear of being replaced by AI, it's not going to go away, unfortunately. I'd be very realistic. I'm not saying that AI will replace us. I'm saying that a lot of big changes have to happen from individuals to organizational level. And this shift is happening. It's not time to worry, oh, am I going to lose my job tomorrow? No, it's the time for you to think, okay, what else can I do which would add value and which will create something interesting out of this situation? I have done this, and now I'm building two companies. One is Anosa AI, building AI conversational talking toys for children. And another one is AI business consultancy, helping organizations to change the way that they have been operating with the introduction of AI. This is an opportunity that I grabbed myself because I saw that the shift was happening. And unfortunately, it's not easy at all. I wish that you could just go to 9-to-5 job, come back home, get the paycheck, and live happily with your family. I wish the life was like that, but unfortunately, things are changing so fast, and it's not something that you can reverse. So we have to go with the shift. We have to be the change. I understand that opposing team are advocating for the full replacement of humans by AI. I really believe that the opportunities created out of this current situation is much bigger for human beings because we are able to express ourselves in a different way with AI in mind rather than looking at it replacing our job. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Skylar. She is our Woman in Tech advisor. She's amazing. Thank you very much. All right, so maybe that was the last question. They were debating a lot. So now, I would like to go to voting. I'm really nervous about this. I have never done this before, but I would like the audience to scan the QR code, which I have the bigger one here. Can everyone scan? I can call a robot. Oh, perfect. Thank you. That was done by human, I guess. Oh, this is interesting. And I can see the pole going up and down. It's still moving. I'm the only one enjoying this. I'm sorry. Okay, I think it stopped. Thank you. Since we are all human, I think the foresight had a difficult, hard time convincing people. Thank you very much. Good job. And I think it's ready. All right. Thank you. Thank you for voting. So, will AI replace human workers? Oh, it's still moving. Hang on. Okay, I will stop here. All right. So will AI replace human workers? 29% for 4 and 71% for against. Good job. Against, yeah. Good job. This was a really good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, yeah. Thank you to our speakers for a thoughtful and engaging discussion. I think today we explored an important question. Will AI replace humans or redefine what it means to be a human at work? There may not be a single answer, but conversations like what we did today helps shape how we build the future. More responsibility. Thank you, our speakers, and thank you to Sushi Tech. Thank you to all our audience, and thank you everybody for being the part of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed the session. So once again, please join me thanking all the speakers. Thank you so much. So we kindly invite you to step down from the stage. Thank you so much. That was so interesting.